Good morning, happy Sunday, everyone. So my low can be summed up quite literally like this. It went from being like the best day ever. Like, it was like, before I left to go to this one pop-up event in Elmira Heights, I'll get to that in a second. Like, it was like 73, warm, sunny. Like, it's shaping up a pretty solid day. In fact, no kidding. It was the first time I went out in short sleeves. I was going to say short sleeves until May, but nope. I wore short sleeves now. Pretty sweet. But after I left the event at around just after 3, right? That's when, like, it started getting, like, windy. And it started to cool down. Eventually we got rain. And even more rain. And I don't know, I guess considering what wound up happening throughout the course of the day for me in terms of the whirlwind of emotions I had, I guess it is kind of fitting. Nothing bad, just, it's certainly nothing I can't lose hope over. I'll say that much. So, anyway. Let's see. But my high is, that pop-up I went to at a place called Back to Beauty in Elmira Heights. It was fun. Saw some old friends, got to see them. In fact, one person I saw, I hadn't seen in like 14, 15 years. And I'd known this person since like kindergarten. So, like, this is huge. It was pretty sweet, too. And, later we had family time, and I got to see my nephews. I was a bit worried that they wouldn't be able to go out to dinner with us. Because I get to my folks' place after I leave the Back to Beauty pop-up. And my parents are watching, all 3 boys. And one of them was just misbehaving horribly. Oh, gosh. And well, here's the thing. One of them is too young to be going out at all. So it's not like he'd be worried about getting in trouble as to whether or not he can go. But, like, the twins, like, I don't know. Keep in mind, just the week before, my brother took one of the twins to that 80th birthday party for a relative of mine. So it's not, because I've totally seen one without the other before. So, all that stuff happened. It was nice. Actually, you know what I could also add to my low, too? No kidding. I'm legit getting pumped up to watch Chuggaaconroy's first video of Black and White 2. I've yet to actually see it. Time just got away from me yesterday. Here's the thing. The video didn't premiere on YouTube until, like, 5. Actually, my act of kindness. Well, I actually delivered some goodies to my friends at the pop-up. And, again, at dinner, I helped my parents watch my twin nephews. So, that's my act of kindness. Oh, and while at the event, I also held the door for some people walking out. So, I was a rather kind person yesterday. Okay, so, where was I? Right. Chuggaaconroy's video didn't premiere on YouTube until around 5 o'clock. And that's when church starts for me. At least here. When I go up to Cuca Lake, one really cool thing is that church is going to start at 4. So, I'll be able to have dinner a little early and stuff. So, that's nice. But back to the topic at hand here. What do I plan on doing? Because, I did plan on watching Chuggaaconroy's video yesterday. I'll do that today. And for sure, that's going to be part of my high for tomorrow. Furthermore, we'll get, I literally just heard the news as well. We're going to be getting a new One Piece manga chapter tomorrow, only to be yet on another break. When we literally just got off of one. Such is the tragic case of being a One Piece fan. Long series and without the breaks, and actually we might continue without breaks. I don't think we'd be done yet. Although we are in the final saga, so that's saying a lot. So it's a bit of an inconvenience, if that makes sense. But you know, went to pop-up I went to. It was great. You know, I made some pickles for some of the vendors who worked there. They also happened to be some friends of mine. E. Oliver Candle Company was there. Stornez and Boar was there. And there was one jar I was saving for someone. But I'm not going to say who it is. Anyway, but I did give it to this person, so that's nice. I just realized I completely forgot to shave. I mean, you can't really tell because I do a pretty good job being clean shaven, so I guess missing one morning isn't going to be the end of the world. But like, you know, I want to look nice, you know? So, it was actually funny because I pretty much just to go to church and dinner before I left to the pop-up event because I wasn't going to be coming back here. And I'm hugging one of my friends goodbye, and she's like, I smell nice. She's like, you smell really nice. I'm like, well, you never know who you're going to run into. There you go. Seriously, like, I don't know if I shouldn't be saying this. My mom has this crazy suspicion, like, because, you know, I cook my own food sometimes. And, like, somehow the food, like, gets stuck to my clothes. But, like, in this case, it didn't. So, I told my mom this, and she's like, okay, you got me. I'm like, ha, I finally did it. Oh, boy. I mean, I guess it really is one of those things where you can't really hide anything from your mom. Nor should you. I mean, like, some things you could probably hide from your mom. But, you know, like, maybe it's like a little white lie, I guess it's okay, you know what I mean? But, wow, where was I? Right. Let's see. Funny enough, I actually turned in early. Normally I stay at my folks' place till like 10 o'clock, but they were both like dead asleep, and this is actually really funny. Sometimes before I leave my folks' place on Saturday night, because we all watch TV, like, I'll legit, like, put on my shoes, put on my jacket, do everything, open the garage door, close it, without having woken them up. It's insane. Like, seriously, I just did that last night, too. Like, my father's, like, sitting on the chair, it's like, well, actually, it's more of a chair like, like one of those, like, not extension chairs, but, lounge chairs. That's what it is, a lounge chair. And, like, the garage door is literally just a wall away. Like, you can actually get the garage door open and closed. My father's that much of a heavy sleeper. So, that happened. Then I came here. And I guess maybe I could have probably watched Chuggaaconroy's video then, but honestly, I didn't want to be, like, too excited. Plus, I'm going to be here for a while. I'm going to make myself some breakfast. I'll watch Chuggaaconroy's video while I'm eating breakfast. That would be pretty sweet. Don't know what I'm going to make, but it would be pretty sweet. Oh, speaking of making things, you know, I still have like 5 jars of pickles left in my fridge. Some I made relatively recently. Some I made just a couple days ago. So, pickles for breakfast too. I know a friend of mine yesterday told me about pickles on pizza. I've never had that, but I'd try it. It's worth trying. Although one thing, it was funny. I'm talking to my friend yesterday, right? And I told her one thing that lately I've discovered that's really good is ranch on pizza. And she's like, oh honey, where have you been? I thought that was really funny. Oh gosh. Overall, yesterday, I would definitely say it was a solid day. I mean, I did kind of hear some not so great news. But listen, I spent like 9 months of 2022 being completely heartbroken and letting that decide how I feel. And the only way I'm going to move past that is if I don't let that happen again. So, there you go. Not letting anything bad get me down. Not yet, anyway. Like, I really can't think of an example right now. So, for all intents and purposes, I mentioned a couple days ago that, I only have 5 more event-related weekends until I go back to Chuggaaconroy Lake. Problem is, I said that, but I realized, like, this upcoming weekend, to my knowledge, I can't really think of anything going on. I mean, there was, the event I went to yesterday, that was, the pop-up I went to at Back to Beauty, that was the event for the weekend for me. Nothing, I can't really think of anything going on next week. And then after that, there's the fiasco of picking my parents up from the airport, as well as a very special dinner being held at the Core Museum of Glass for my late grandfather, which I'm going to. So that'll be 2 weeks from now. There's Mother's Day weekend a week later. And then a week after that, I'll be seeing my cousin, my youngest cousin on my mother's side of the family, graduate college. It's actually kind of funny. I remember the day that my cousin was born. This was like 2001, and I was 11 years old. And even though technically I probably would have been fine in the morning all by myself, because both my parents worked. And my brother was at a sleepover, I believe. So that just left me. But if you're under the age, I don't know if it's still a rule now, but at that point, if you're under the age of 13, you need a babysitter. So like it or not, I had a babysitter, right? And I always got up early Saturday morning, watch my Saturday morning cartoons, play some video games. So I'm watching, what was I watching? I think it might have been Power Rangers, even though that's not a cartoon. But it's basically watching TV, right? And the babysitter walks in having just received a phone call. And she says, "Do you have relatives named so-and-so?" I'm like, "Yeah." "They just had their baby." I'm like, "Yay!" Like, yeah. So my youngest cousin was born that day. In November of 2001. And in just less than a month from now, she's gonna be graduating college. I wouldn't be surprised if she's already poised to do it. She's gotta get through finals week. But you never know. I mean, personally, I wish her all the best, because, listen, as someone who barely got through college myself, I can guarantee you the last few weeks of the year are always the most stress-worthy. Simply because, good Lord, you want it to be over so you can go home. Although, for 3 years, I had to go back. But it's that 4th one, though. When you're finally able to go home, and in my case, yeah, I have not been back to Gettysburg College since I graduated. Like, since I graduated, I haven't been back. I do believe, holy cow, I think this year is my 10-year reunion. Could I actually go? I mean, I could. I mean, I know that I'm going to be going to my 15-year reunion for horse ads. So, We'll see. You know, I actually had I had a conversation with my mom the other night, right? Because it was because of the help I had to get regarding my weight back in 2018. I missed my 10-year high school reunion at Horseheads. And the reasons why I had to go was because, I mean, my parents made me. I legit, like, told my mom, like, wouldn't it be funny? Oh, how angry would you be if I had my 15-year reunion at Horseheads at our college at Cuba Lake? And I was just dying laughing. Like, you'd be so mad. You'd be super mad. Like, we had a good laugh. Although part of me thinks if we wind up having that, I can forgive her for me missing my 10-year reunion. I don't know. I bet there's a way to work that. I just gotta think of how. Sorry if this was rather rambly. I mean, yesterday was a pretty solid day overall. Aside from the weather. But, I mean, it's sunny now. Should be warm today. God willing. I hope y'all like this video. If you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video. For all of you guys watching, enjoy it. It will be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And remember, did I do Happy Sunday? Yeah, I did Happy Sunday. Oh, Happy Sunday, everyone. And remember, if you guys want to talk or channels, we're here to lend the hours. I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.